All right, let's do this. Hey Alex, Devin Vassell been making me good money on PrizePicks. How is PrizePicks going? Because I did PrizePicks at the beginning of the season, and they changed up so much till it felt impossible to win. Was that just like a thing that they were doing at the time? Like, is it back to this player just has to hit this, and this player just has to hit this, and this player just had, like, how does that? I just started a month ago. Okay. PrizePicks is a lot of fun, or at least it was. I deleted the app because this season at the beginning they made it like impossible to win anything. I can't remember what the problem was, because before it was like, okay, you just have this player that has to hit this player just has to hit this, and if these three players hit, then you win big or whatever. Like, it was very simple, but then they overcomplicated it to the point where I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Like, I don't know how to win this. I was like, were too many people winning it? I'll be honest with you. I did not watch a big chunk of this game. It actually went the stream actually went down during it, and I was just like, you know what? It's okay. So Vassell, or not Vassell, you said Sochan got, when did he get ejected? Oh, here it is. All right, I'm watching. Yeah, fourth quarter. Yeah, I wasn't watching. All right, let's see. Oh, come on. Oh. Okay, can I get away with showing this without copyright? Speed. Okay, so as I said, chat, I didn't watch the fourth quarter. The stream went down, and I was like, I don't really think we're winning this game anyways. And I just went about my night and just got ready to talk to you guys. So I did not see this, but yeah, chat said that Sochan got ejected for doing nothing. Should go about this. I have to be really careful because of copyright, guys. So let's just, okay. See, he drives in, okay. And that's a frustration. Like, that in and of itself could be a flagrant, right? They don't call the whistle on that. He attempts to make another move. Oh, they did call it. They did call the whistle. I'm sorry. And then he pushes him after that, and he just tossed the ball at him. Like, bro, really? And then now he's ready to fight, dude. I'm going to tell you guys this right off the bat. Sochan is going to come in so handy when we're in a playoff series because he is frustrating. It's not only is it a physical game, right? Not only is it a skill game, a talent game, in which the Spurs are going to out-talent a lot of teams. Okay, having Victor Wembanyama in and of itself in a playoff situation, we've seen him in clutch situations before. We've seen him in the Olympics. We see what he's capable of doing. He can really like turn it on. He can turn it up a notch. When the world is watching, he turns it up a notch. I always think back of that exhibition game, which I know it's an exhibition game, but when he went against the G League and the entire world was watching, I think it might have been the most watched G League game ever, or G League games ever, and he just put on a show. So we're going to out-talent a lot of teams. We're going to add more talent, out-talent them easily, right? And Sochan is a great talent as well, but it's also a mental game. It's also a mental game, right? It's a mental game. This push, these couple pushes on Sochan, this built up all game long. This isn't something that just popped up. They don't like him. And it's not just the colorful hair, okay? They don't like him. He makes sure that you don't like him. And he's not the type of trash talker that like just says you're trash, you're nothing. He does like really small things, right? He's like I I know we always say Dennis Rodman, but honestly, he's like Dennis Rodman mixed with Tim Duncan as far as how he trash talks. Tim Duncan would just say small things here and there, right? And I feel like Sochan does that as well. But then you add in that little flair of Dennis Rodman where, you know, he's going to pinch your nipple, right? He's going to maybe like push you out of the way a few times. You know, he's gonna swipe the ball away from you for no reason, like on a dead ball. He's just gonna do it. Like he does all these small petty things, and it just builds up to the point where they ready to fight him. And I could just definitely see him just demolishing a team in and of itself. Like another player that, or not another player, I'm just gonna say an instance in which, because you're probably like, that never happens, right? Like the playoffs, people are level-headed. You don't just get underneath their skin like that. Well, I kind of think back on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think that the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers winning their finals, I truly do believe this. 50% of that was mental. Like LeBron just completely demolished them psychologically. Like that team was just falling apart. They were so frustrated and angry all the time. LeBron was making sure that he showboat, give you a little extra, you know, push on your shoulder every now and then. It got to the point where Draymond Green was calling him the B word and got ejected for a game. Like you just completely destroyed them. And I feel like Sochan can do that with his personality alone, right? Personality wrong. LeBron James over MJ. Okay, let's calm down, Alex. Let's relax. Okay, let's relax. I mean, with MJ played the psychological game too. Let's relax. But I don't know. I'm just saying that this is a big deal. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all. I know that's a lot of yapping that I just did, but this is a big deal. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. The fact that they're always ready to fight them, you love to see it, bro. You love to see it. This is really going to come in handy when the Spurs are a better team and they're in the playoffs. You know, I think it truly is a fallacy. I think when people say, "Oh, you just need to be angry," right? When you get angry, then you can win these games. This isn't anime, okay? This isn't Dragon Ball. This is you get angry and then you turn Super Saiyan. Like no. You can get out coached, you can get out skilled, you can get out talented, and you get out thought. I don't know if I said that right, but you get what I'm saying. Psychological warfare, guys. It's very important. And this is a small example of that. Small example of that. Anyways, our team looks good, but looks weak playing for our draft pick. But looks like weak. I don't really know what you mean by that. He's the Bruce Bowen of this new era Spurs. For sure. For sure. This is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. You just have to be patient. A lot of people just aren't patient enough. They're like, I need it right now. You know, it doesn't work like that. We're rebuilding, but this is going to be huge. Just wait. I miss Wemby more than my family. What? Dang. You really miss Wemby. All right, what else we got here? What else happened around the NBA that we can talk about? Yeah, he was ready to fight. Yeah, he was ready to fight. You love to see it. Personal foul. All right, let's see here. Huh? Tracy Morgan getting wheeled out from courtside at Madison Square Garden after vomiting and bleeding from his nose? Yo, what? That's random. Sochan played great today. I'll be real with you. All right. I'll be real with you, chat. I'll be 100% 100 with all of you guys. Can we stop being so reactionary sometimes? Can we stop being so reactionary sometimes? I have not seen many people talk trash about Devin Vassell over the past month, and I haven't seen a lot of people talk trash about Sochan. And you know why? Because these guys are genuinely good players. I think that a lot of times we just have to lower our expectations just a little bit, right? And people can say, oh, well, Clan, you have high expectations for these players. But honestly, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't take that long for me to have realistic expectations, right? Like Sochan, for the longest, I've been saying I don't think that he'll be a superstar, but I think he's very important to the team. I think that he's a really good role player for us, right? And then with Devin Vassell, I definitely, like, when he first got to the Spurs, I didn't think much. I just thought, oh, he's like a catch and shoot 3-and-D. And as time went on, I'm like, whoa, he's way better than I thought he was. So that raised my expectations a little bit. But I think I evened it out. I think that he is a third or fourth scoring option. And third or fourth scoring options often are a little bit inconsistent. And I think that that's totally okay. Like, you can look back at the 2014 Spurs, 2013 Spurs. We had players on those teams that were quite inconsistent. I wouldn't call Danny Green the most consistent player in the world, right? He would have huge stinkers. And I think offensively, at least, Devin Vassell is better than Green. So I'm just not that worried, honestly, if we just temper our expectations just a little bit, right? And I know people like to bring up the contract and say how much he's making, but if you truly, really do believe that he's not worth the amount of money that he's making, I really encourage you guys to go look at who's making the same amount of money as Devin Vassell, and I promise you, he is worth the money that we're paying him. He is worth it compared to other players around the league and what they're making. Yes, this is still a really good contract. It's not bad. So, anyways, Wemby plus Sochan equals elite defense. Wemby plus Sochan plus Steph Castle as well. By the way, Champagny did a really good job defensively this game. I don't think it really shows too much on the. Yeah, it's not showing too much on the his stat sheet, but he did a really good job in his coverage. I thought that him, Sochan, Vassell, and Castle were all quite competent in that. So that was nice to see. That was definitely nice to see. So we weren't expecting to win this game, right? I don't think any of us expected us to win it. But at the end of the day, they did well. They played well. They did a good job. I believe over the course of the last 10 games, the Spurs are worst in the NBA in defense, but like one of the top teams as far as offense, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let's see. Teams defensive ratings. Let's see if we can find it. Teams defense. All right. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's go. I want to just do the beginning. We'll do like March 8th to now. Let's see what's going on here. So defensive rating, as you know, the lower the better. Yeah, so we're worst. We're the worst in the NBA. Worst in the NBA. And that's about 5 games. Or 10 games. Wait, no, it's not. No, it's not. That's 5 games. Hold on. I want to do the last 10 games. Almost. It's last 7 games. It's about the same. So 7 games, last 7 games, we're last in the NBA as far as defensive rating, which makes sense. Not having a backup center, not having Wembanyama, that all makes sense. And let's see. Let's do offense. Do they not have just an offensive one? I feel like I'm going crazy here. Teams Why would they not just have an offensive one? I don't get it. Is it traditional? Is it advanced? What exactly is it? Oh, offensive rating is advanced. And we are... So for this one, the higher the better. Oh no, we're middle of the pack. I thought we were top of the pack. Okay, we're middle of the pack as far as offensive rating. So mid offensively, but still better than a lot of teams offensively. And then worse than the NBA defensively. So that's where we're sitting right now. But I'm really, I think if anything, guys, you should really look forward to next season, right? Like we're gonna finish strong, we're gonna keep going. But I really like these guys, man. I like the guys that we have on the team. We just got to add more talent. We truly have to add more talent. There's not many players on the team where I'm just like, I'm over it, get rid of them, right? I know Malachi's been performing in the G League as of late. So, you know, hopefully he can, you know, get his reps in. But yeah, Sochan, I'll tell you this right now. Sochan, Castle, Fasel, Champagny in particular, I'm not trading them. I'm not trading them. Okay. And by the way, Keldon's been doing fine as well. I would say even defensively, Keldon's been pretty okay. Anyways, too many unnecessary help to double Luka, leaving someone open for Luka to pass, in my opinion, but decent play overall. It's pick your poison with Luka, man. Like we just don't have enough, you know, personnel to compensate for it. If we had Wemby, it would help a little bit, but you got to pick your poison with him, you know. Either you double him and get it out of his hands and force someone else to beat you, or you go one-on-one and, you know, I think Sochan does a pretty good job. I know Sochan does a pretty good job when it comes to Luka. Let's see. Let's go to players. This is going to be too much. This is going to be too much. Let's do Jeremy Sochan. But there's only so much you can do with Luka, man. You got to pick your poison. There's no right or wrong answer, I don't think. Facts, too much double. Let him shoot and dribble the air out the ball. I mean, if that's how you guys feel. Yeah, Sochan did well on him. Honestly, him is enough. Most of the time, yeah. Here, let's see here. We'll go to matchups. So this is this season. And see how you did against Luke. Wait. Did we only play Luka once this season? Or they're not counting... This would have been twice? They're not counting the this game yet, I guess. Anyways... Opening night. So we only played him twice this season? 3 times. Then why do they have... Oh, was Sochan out the second time? He must have been out the second time. And then they haven't updated it for this past game. Tonight is third. Okay, then he was out that second game. All right. But that first game he went against Luka. Luka went 5 for 15. So yeah, he does do a good job on Luka. Let's see how he did last season. On Luka Doncic last season, Luka shot pretty well. I'm not even gonna lie. 20 for 39. But 3-pointers, 3 for 16. So he did a really good job with him around the perimeter. He shot 18% when Sochan was guarding him. A thumb injury. Okay. Doncic is recovering well. If we were winning, Sochan would be all defensive team. I'm telling you, he's going to get quite a bit of... He's going to get some decent accolades in his career. And it's a virtue of being on a good team, playing next to Wembanyama, and it's going to be a lot of attention coming towards his way. That's why I say, like, he could be an all-star, not as in, oh, he's as good as, you know, Trae Young and all these other all-star, you know, caliber players. I'm not saying that, but it's been shown that a lot of players that might not be superstars still can make the all-star game for virtue of being so important in the playoffs, their perception amongst fans and journalists in general, and just playing next to a mega superstar, right? So him playing next to Wembanyama is really going to help him. I think that he can make an all-star game. Probably not anytime soon. Like, the Spurs really going to have to, get it chugging along. But we really need to invest in an athletic big. We will. Don't stress about it. I don't really have much to say about this game. It's going to be like this for the rest of the season. It'd be just kind of silly at this point to just criticize. I will say that I think that Mitch Johnson has been doing a better job just overall with how he's managing his timeouts and everything. His rotations have been slightly better. But actually, I need to triple down. It's actually been a lot better. His rotation's been a lot better. For the most part this season, which maybe it's because he's forced to now with everyone being injured, but during this season, man, it always just felt like we're playing like 7 guys most of the minutes, but now he's spreading it out a little bit, probably because he has to, but it's nice to see. So many threes for the Lakers, painful watch. Let's see. They went 19 for 48. Spurs went 15 for 38. So they took a lot of threes, but I mean, we shot the same percentage, so we actually, yeah, it's okay. Nothing to stress too much about, guys. I won't worry about this one. You win some, you lose some, but you fight. You learn to fight another day. Isn't that the Friday? Isn't that how? I think that's how he said it. I think he said it like that. Robert Ory whining on Lakers post game. Don't let Sochan test your manhood. What? Okay, I doubt we'll be able to just find that clip, right? What is he talking about? Live to fight another day. There we go. You live to fight another day. What's going on? I thought Spurs were going to hold the fort with Wemby out. Who told you that? Shaking my head. Who told you that? Who the heck told you that? Like, real talk. Like, honest question. Who told you that, Wise OG? Who told you the Spurs were going to hold down the fort? Did the players say that? Who told you that? That might be your own headcanon, man. I don't think anyone said that. What's up, Clan the Spurs fan? What's up, Amit? I did? Oh, Larry said it. Larry? That's it? You just basing off of Larry? Sorry, it was me. Sebastian? You gonna let the chat tell you what the Spurs about to do? Ain't no way they were gonna hold it down with Wemby gone. Are you kidding me? Ain't no way. Dang, did Alex say it too? So it's tank mode? No, this was not it. Okay, let me just say this, okay? We really got to figure out what a tank actually is, okay? I think that it's a tank mode as in, okay, there's different types of tanks, okay? But I think this is the type of tank we're doing. And we kind of did this before as well. This is a front office tank, all right? This is a Wemby, you can't go anymore. You need to work on the blood clot and everything. That's totally reasonable. Fox, we know that you're dealing with a hand issue. As soon as he had a good game, all right, we're sending him out for the rest of the season. This is a front office slash coach tank. As far as the players are concerned, there is nothing, and even the coaching rotations, there is nothing indicating to me that they tanked this game. They definitely attempted to win it. Also, the last few games has been like win-loss, right? They're attempting to win. They're just not going to be able to. Not going to be able to. What's frustrating like the most about this season is when it's all said and done, people are going to look at the final, record and just say, "Oh, well, they didn't improve that much." It's like, come on. Context. Anyways. Malachi about to drop 100 in the G League. I really hate when people say, like, this is a G League player, this is a G League player, this is a G League player. I'm telling you guys this right now, okay? The players on this roster, they will murder in the G League, okay? You can say Blake Wesley's a G Leaguer. Blake Wesley will murder in the G. Oh, and I probably should have mentioned that too. He played good defense, as always. It's nice that we're actually getting minutes from players that should be playing. It's nice to see. Mitch rotations are atrocious. They have been. I feel like this one was okay. I feel like this one was okay. I say this clan Spurs must get KD. We must not. We don't have to get KD. We got a really good draft coming up. Just be a little bit more patience, okay? I know that I'm the one that always says like be patient, and it gets a little irritating. Just trust me, okay? Trust the Spurs, trust the process. Just be a little bit more patient. If we get to the point and we go into the draft and we draft our guys and we add another backup big to the mix, right? And the Spurs don't make the playoffs next season, right? Not even the play-in, then I'm with you. I think it's time to complain. If everyone's healthy and you don't, I think it's time for us to start to worry a little bit. I'll be real with you, okay? But we are not at that point yet. Let's let this offseason go and see what next year takes us. If Pop doesn't come back next season, we must find a new head coach. Oh, easily, dude. Easily. I would even argue that the Spurs need to be thinking about that right now. Right? You can't just sit and wait. You got to think about that right now. I know that they think this is a possibility. I'm pretty sure Pop probably even knows it's a possibility, right? KD has passed his prime for sure, but KD is a great player, but no, we don't need KD. Like, there's no point. We don't need that right now. Anyways, yeah, I'm glad that people aren't as terrible towards Vassell and Sochan right now. That's nice. Why does everybody want Chris Paul to be the future head coach? I don't get that. I don't understand. KD can play a small forward and power forward. We don't need KD. We don't need KD. How much would KD even cost? Do you guys know? 36-year-old KD can't even make the playoffs on a stacked Suns team. What will you do on the Spurs? I think he would have a good shot with the Spurs, but I don't know. KD's attitude also is just kind of weird to me sometimes. CP3 will be a better coach than JJ Redick. I mean, we don't know that. So many wide open players. It's due to all the freaking it's been some good individual defense, I'll say that. Come on, Clan. Let's not forget that Mitch is terrible. He is forced to play other players since he lost Wemby Fox. And yes, KG is looking good, but let's not forget his numbers will drop when Wemby is back. Yeah. You know how I feel about Keldon. Mitch, I honestly feel like Mitch's rotation's been pretty decent for a little minute now. I can't pinpoint exactly when, but it's been several games where I just haven't complained, and that was before the Fox injury or him electing to get the surgery. I thought his rotation's been a little better. But I don't think Mitch Johnson is the future coach or nothing. He's our future assistant right now. We got center Keldon today. And what else should you do, man? Sean hates coaching. What do you mean? Sean Elliott said that he hates the coaching? Who's the next team that we play? I got a question, guys. Should I go see Mickey 17? Is it Mickey or Mikey? Mikey 17. I love the director. Parasite's my favorite movie. I think it's the greatest movie ever created, honestly. Is it worth it? No, someone says Sean should coach, and I said he hates oh, okay. Should I see that movie? I'm thinking about going to see it with my girl on Thursday. I haven't seen it, but I feel like you should. That's how I feel. You said you were on Twitter already? You said you were on Twitter already. Oh, you said you were on Twitter already. Yeah. That's my plan. I just want to know what the chat says. It's been such a mix, man. Most people on Twitter basically was like, it's really good, just don't have your expectations to a certain level. Love Robert Pattinson. He's so good. I would like to be I would like to say that I was one of the first to believe in Robert Pattinson, okay? After Good Times, I was like, yep, this is a great actor. I wasn't aware of your game. Trey Sochan for Bobo? Sure. It's okay for a good director to have a few bad movies. Well, I didn't hear that it was a bad movie. This. Would you say that M. Night Shyamalan is a good director who has bad movies? I'm starting to question how good of a director he is. I'm starting to genuinely question it. Like, everything that he made that was great was from the 90s. And then he came out with Split, which was also great, but he wrote that in the 90s. And people like The Visit or whatever, but that movie's stupid. He's bad now. It's like he's been bad for a long time, bro. He's been horrible a long time. That movie Old was so bad. It was so dumb and so weird. What he did with the kids was so weird. It was some weirdo behavior. Never liked his movies. He had some bangers, bro. One of my favorite movies from him is Unbreakable. Unbreakable is like really great. I'm telling you, all his movies that are great are from the 90s, but he's been able to just like ride that wave ever since. Another thing about M. Night Shyamalan is if you give him money, he makes a terrible movie. When you give him no money, he makes a more creative film. He just got a crazy ego, but like Unbreakable is incredible. I love Unbreakable. Glass sucks. Yeah, Trap is good. Schlock movie. It looks horrible, bro. Trap looks horrible. He's the Paul George of directors. I wouldn't even give him that. He's like the Danny Granger of films. Sam Jackson. Yeah, Sam Jackson is great in Unbreakable. Unbreakable is such a good movie. Such a creative movie. Trap, one of the wildest movies I've seen, but in a bad way. I've seen like reviews of it, and I've seen people go over it and analyze it, and I'm like, what is this? Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan makes better movies with low budget. Every single time. Every single time. M. Night movies budgets. Let's see if we can find like a list. Here we go. All right, guys, I hate AI, but this is like a great use of AI. I'm sorry. Google, this is a great use of AI. This is how it should be used. Let's not do anything else with it, just this. So here we go. The Visit, 5 million. All right, everyone loves The Visit. I hate it. I think it's stupid, but whatever. Split, great film, 9 million. Glass, it sucked. They gave him 20 million. Old, it sucks. They gave him 18 million. Knock at the Cabin, it sucks. They gave him 20 million. The Sixth Sense had $40 million budget? I haven't seen Flow. Guys, I did not know The Sixth Sense had 40 million. That all went towards our boy. Yeah, to pay Bruce. Yeah, it's all went towards Bruce Willis. All right, Unbreakable 73. I guess it's Bruce Willis again. Yeah, this all went towards. Okay. Sign, 70 million, sucked. Village sucked. Lady in the Water sucked. That's 70 million. The Happening sucked, 60 million. Devil sucked. Devil, wait, did you guys like Devil? I remember my dad liking Devil. I don't think I even liked it when I watched it when I was younger. I was just like, oh, this is stupid. But that was only 10 million. He literally had all these films. Last Airbender, 150. After Earth, 130. All these films, he literally has like 3 good ones. He's overrated, bro. Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Split. That's it. Everything else, it's either like okay or really bad. Devil is just okay. Yeah, like I said, it's either okay or really bad. After Earth with Will Smith and Steph Castle, dope. So 3 of 15. He's a bad director then. He's a terrible director. Who's overrated? M. Night Shyamalan. He is an overrated director if I've ever seen one. Now let me show you my favorite Let me show you my favorite. My favorite director. He makes nothing but bangers. He doesn't have one bad film. Wait, I guess we can go by the Rotten Tomatoes. He doesn't have one bad film. Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, Inglourious Basterds, Jackie Brown, Django. Just hit you with banger after banger after banger. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Kill Bill, Kill Bill 2, The Hateful Eight. Just banger after banger. I don't know about Grindhouse. I actually never watched this. Did he even... Okay, he directed it. Did he write it? Did he write this? Never watched this. Wrote it too. Okay. I actually never seen that. But he makes nothing but bangers. He could literally... I really do mean this too. This is not hyperbole at all. I really do believe that Quentin Tarantino can create a film where it's just two characters facing each other, sitting in a room, just sitting in chairs, facing each other, and they just talk the whole movie. I promise you, it will be the most compelling film you've ever seen in your entire life. I remember the first time I saw Pulp Fiction, I was super sick, right? Like I took off school, like I had the flu, I felt awful, I was just having soup all day, and I saw Pulp Fiction was on. It was like on HBO, and I just started watching it. And I was just blown away by the first scene, bro. I was like, this is just a conversation and I'm hooked. Like, I am here for it. Like, this is an intriguing conversation. He is so good with just conversations, bro. Clan Reservoir Dogs is almost close to that idea. What idea? Hot take, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Hateful Eight are overrated. Ooh. I don't think they're overrated because I don't think people overrate them. I don't think it gets a lot of praise like that, does it? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I genuinely liked... I know this is going to sound bad. I genuinely liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood once I figured out what was going on. And I should have known because he always does like revisionist history. Like he creates history how he would like it to go. Like Django, for instance. His stance is very obvious. How he feels. Towards racism and everything. Like he does a great job with that. The Hateful Eight, I don't feel like this gets praised at all. I mean, it even has a 74% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I genuinely like it just for the conversations. It's way too long though. Hateful Eight is max a mid, but Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was good. I think Hateful Eight is actually really good. I just think it was too long. You guys don't like Hateful Eight? I mean, it's a fun movie. I don't think it really sticks to landing though. I think Once Upon a Time gets a lot of praise. Maybe it's because people know that like he's coming to his end as far as how many movies he's gonna make. He's overthinking it now though, because he just scrapped the last project he wanted to do. Alejandro Gonzalez is also a goated director. Hold on, I'll give you another goated director. Give me a second. What movie? Because I don't even know how to say his name. Give me a second. Oh man. Tetsuya Nakashima. Now that's a crazy great director right there. Now this man right here, nothing but bangers. Some of the weirdest, most awesome films you can ever watch. I still gotta watch Kamikaze Girls. I haven't seen that yet. It Comes is great. It's awesome. Watch it. The World of Kaneko, that's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. All right, I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend that this is a easy movie to get through. It's entertaining as heck. The whole time it's entertaining as heck. But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's an easy one to stomach. I'll tell you that. It's not easy to stomach. It's a good one, though. It's a really good one. Confessions, one of my favorite films of all time. Memories of Matsuka Will Break You. One of the greatest films ever created, in my opinion. It is crazy that you don't have critic scores on this one. 2 reviews? That's crazy. This movie's a banger. It's a beautiful film, bro. You're going to cry like a baby. Yeah, I got to watch Kamikaze Girls. I got that on my watch list. Miyazaki. Miyazaki makes only bangers. Let's see. It says... Oh. This is a familiar face. You talking about, Yeah, okay. Yeah. Talking about Studio Ghibli. That is a familiar face if I've ever seen one. And another one is oh crap, what is it? What's it called? I gotta think about the movies before I can think of the person. By the way, I want to see that Looney Tunes movie. It looks really good. Clan, I've seen so many movies, I'm still trying to rate them on Letterboxd. See what my Letterboxd looking like right now. Some things moved around. Yeah, Eternal Sunshine, Spotless Mind. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind moved all the way up to 11. Y'all, it was that good. When I watched it, I was like, oh my goodness. You deserve it. Moved past a lot of films. Marriage Story, dude. I rewatched the argument scene and it makes me cry. It's too much. I really loved Wicked. I wonder if I just gave it too much praise after seeing it the first time. I did think it was that good, though. I think this is a pretty good list if I do say so myself. Sick of Myself. I just saw this movie. This was really good. You guys should check it out. Sick of Myself is really good. Robert Eggers. Robert Eggers is a monster. Who's the director of Hereditary? I feel like he's taken over the horror genre. What's his name? I have his movies on here. Guys, tell me his name real quick without me having to look it up. Ari Aster, that's right. Ari Aster. Man, you remember that short film he made? That was sick. Watched Conclave and A Real Pain recently. Gotta watch Sing Sing next. Is Conclave as good as people say? I have to watch Anora. I'm sure Anora is gonna make this list based on what everyone keeps saying. I have to watch Anora. I think we can finish 5th in the standings. I think Brooklyn and Philly and the Raptors will overtake us. I checked the schedules. 5th in the standings in the West, bro. I want to watch Anora too. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, Conclave is T, bro. The ending of Conclave is great. Oh, okay. Do you like Anora or Conclave more? Anora is great. Deserved the Oscar. I'll watch both. I don't know why I said that. I'm gonna watch both anyways. I think talking about what's overrated and underrated, bro. Beau Is Afraid is so underrated. I'm sorry. I cannot get on board with people that say they don't like that movie. I don't understand people that don't like this movie. 68% is insane, bro. 68% is so divisive. 71% amongst audiences. I do not get this. This is like a solid 90. Banger. Solid 90. Easily solid 90. I do not understand how this is not at least an 80, bro. I don't get this. Beau Is Afraid is overstuffed to the point of erasing the line between flagellation. What does that mean? Don't tell me. I'm gonna learn a new word. Flogging or beating, either as a religious disciple or sexual gratification. Got it. Or self-indulgence. Okay. and self-indulgence. Okay, I do know what that means. But Ari Aster's bravura? Bravura? Okay, I don't know what that means either. Why do they do this? Ooh. I feel like I had to have a pretty decent vocabulary, but great technical skill.
Bravura.
Bravura. I've never heard this word said out loud. You say I 100% understand it. It just feels like even though it's weird, right? Like it's a weird movie, but on a technical level, just by good merit, it should get a fresh from you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if you weren't digging it, you're like, oh, that was weird, bro. Like, that was weird. But even like on a technical level, if you had to rate it, if you had to go in here and give a rate, like you would say, it was pretty cool. Like it was weird. I might not get it right off the bat, but it was pretty cool. That was an experience. Like, I can't believe people didn't even think it was an experience to, like, it's worth, like, let me see what some of the, okay, so here's somebody that didn't like it. This new horror starring, kind of a new horror, kind of not. Joaquin Phoenix, Patty, is a building panic attack of a film, but its bloated, self-indulgent 3-hour runtime lets it down. Do you think it's self-indulgent? I mean, I think at some point they have to say, okay, we got to cut some scenes out of the final cut, but like, and they didn't do that, but it was good. Terrific moments are ultimately stifled by Astor's disorganization. He flips from the sublime to the downright stupid so often in Beau Is Afraid that it becomes impossible to guess whether each subsequent beat or moment will be a success or a disaster. But this person gave it a 3 out of 5. That's not a fresh. I'm a little confused. Because this is a 3 out of 5 and he got a splat. And then this is a 3 out of 5 and he got a fresh. I don't know how this works. It takes 2 hours and 20 minutes for Phoenix unadulterated exasperation. But Patty does finally arrive to unsurprisingly be the best part of the whole, even if her character is a catalyst for why it's all been so gosh darn boring. He thought it was boring, bro. That's like the one word I wouldn't use about this movie, is that it's boring. Beau Is Afraid feels like what nightmares feel like, and I love that. It's a nightmare. And there was so much attention to detail, bro. Boring, that's crazy. When you rewatch the movie, there's so much attention to detail. Like when he was in the bed with that girl, did you hear what song was playing? Mariah Carey song, Beau Is Afraid. Like, even that attention to detail is crazy. Always Be My Baby. Always be my baby. Even that plays into the theme of the film. Something as small as that. And when you rewatch it, you see all the hidden details of what's going on. I don't know. I'm disappointed. Hey, yo, you hit that riff. I kind of did. I kind of hit it a little bit. I was a little insecure to hit that, but, you know, I trust you guys. Yo, Clan, you should have a list called movies that spent time in my top 4. So you switch out your favorites guilt-free. What do you mean? You said a list called movies that spent time in my top 4. So like at the time it was in my top 5. That's actually a really good point. Because yeah, there's so many movies that I'm like, okay, this is like the best movie ever, and then it kind of comes down after a while. On Letterboxd, you have a top 4. Oh, wait. That's what you mean? Oh, okay, I understand. That might be a good idea. I get you. I would rate Tokyo Drift, but I don't remember it. I just remember the song. If you know, I heard a lot of people are angry about this movie, this Emilia Perez movie. I don't know why people hate it. I haven't seen it. Is it really that bad? What the heck? Didn't this movie win an Oscar? Yo, this is crazy. This is a crazy distribution. Only 3% of people gave it a 5, and this is an Oscar. Oh my goodness. These people I trust right here. The singing was bad. It's a musical? So it's just Oscar bait? Watch Blood In, Blood Out. I think I've seen that. So it's just Oscar bait. Is that what you guys tell me? All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. I wanted to go over... the post game because I'm sure there's a post game. Yep. You got to upload it 6 minutes ago. Funny enough. All right. All right, guys. All right. Enough about movies. Enough about movies for now. As I said, I'm a man of my word. I'm like Joker, right? I'm like Joker. I'm a man of my word. Let's talk about Mitch Johnson. Post game. Uploaded 6 minutes ago. This is what I wanted to get to. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what he's talking about. So just overall, I said it already, but like just my thoughts on this game. I don't care, right? I don't really care. I mean, Spurs are going to lose a lot of games, but as far as the effort, it's there. I think Sochan and Vassell has looked quite promising as long, as also with Castle. I think he's looked promising. Thought Champagny looked good. Keldon's been doing fine. We're looking good, man. I'm looking forward to next season. I am looking forward to next season. But yeah. Yeah. Wait, Emilia Perez got... People didn't like it because of a transgender actor? I'm so confused. I don't know. Not that many people say that movie's trash and like it's actually good or something. I don't think that's probably not the case.
Guys pay for the front row.
At least I want to believe that's not the case. People are weirdos.
Mitch, what do you think held you guys back offensively a little bit? Steph had 23 points, Devin had 17, but did get that lift from the bench. What's you been getting?
Yeah, I think the turnovers, especially in the first half, hurt us tremendously. And it's a double-edged sword. You know, some of those are 5-point swings where you may have had a bucket or a good look, and then they come down and they're playing with an advantage automatically through the turnover. So that hurt us a lot. And then, some undisciplined fouls, right? So now you're taking the ball to the net. Now you're not getting the advantage going back the other way. And sometimes when that happens, it feels like the court's slanted the wrong way, and you're running downhill to get back on defense. You're running uphill to try to get advantage on offense. And those two things hurt us tremendously early on.
What do you think Steph got from guarding Luka, those early fouls? What do you think he got from bad education-wise?
Yeah, I mean, he's a very, very advanced, elite, cerebral basketball player, as we know.
Dang. I have nothing to say about that.
I thought the second one was tough. I thought there was no advantage gained. He jumped, he stopped, and Steph was right there with his hands up. I was a little disappointed in that call and thought, again, it's hard for a younger player when they get in those spots. Then the next one was just an incidental trip, but to continue their aggressiveness and their competitive, because they're not trying to get the next foul. I thought he did a better job just playing.
I find it very dumb that just because you're a young player in the NBA, you don't get a call. Like, I don't think that you have to earn your calls in the NBA. I think that that's nonsense, right? Earning your respect amongst peers, sure, I got you, right? With your teammates, with your opponent, them actually respecting your three ball, respecting parts of your game. I get all that. That's cool. I do not think that the refs should be an obstacle for any player. I do not get that. I don't understand the mindset there. Like, and it's gotten so normalized that you even have commentators during the game saying, "Oh, he'll get that in a couple years." What are we talking about? Yeah, we need to complain about refs more. You shouldn't just like wait until they're more established in the NBA for them to get calls. What is that? That makes no sense to me. Just do your job. Call the call as it is and move on. I don't get it.
You know,
it's like you got to play. I think Wemby said this. It's like you got to play politics for calls, man. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. And I'll be real. I do understand like refs giving like veteran players the benefit of the doubt. Sure. Like I get it. I get why LeBron would get the benefit of the doubt. I get why, some of the greatest players of all time get the benefit of the doubt on some calls, and maybe it's a little lean towards their way, but it shouldn't be to the point where a rookie just gets like beat up and you don't call anything at all, or you call too much on them just because they're a rookie. It's so dumb. I want a no ref game. Like, wait, you want no refs? I mean, it's not like you can't do that. It's not like you can't do that. I don't know. Players would just call foul all game.
just play and don't worry about it. And if you foul out, screw it. But I don't think we've had many guys foul out this year, so just need to continue to play through it.
With his shots, and most of them were falling in the first half, but able to get in the second, what did you see him be able to do to kind of adjust?
Who are we talking about?
I'm sorry.
With Stefan's shots,
Oh,
most
Castle.
of them were falling in the first half, but the second half different.
Yeah, I think he was just relentless on getting to the paint. He got some stuff at the rim, got some fouls, and a lot of times, again, when you're missing some shots, the rim.
Let me tell you this right now, guys. The tendencies between Steph Castle and Jeremy Sochan are very good. Their tendencies in and of itself is going to really help you in a playoff situation. Because while both of those guys have to continue to work on their outside games, one thing that's a surefire thing is that they're going to be getting easy points. And when defense matters as much as it does in the playoffs, in a playoff situation, you need as many easy go-to shots as you possibly can. You need to be able to have a way to get to the line. And Steph Castle already has that. Sochan already has that. That's a really good thing. Those are really great tendencies that we have right off the bat, right? Because your outside shots aren't going to always be there. So you have to have some way to get, to the line, right? It's game sense versus technical skill or mechanics, right? Your mechanics won't always be there, but your game sense can always be there. And if you can manage to get to the paint, it's a little, it might be a wrong thing to say, but it's a little easier than taking, deep threes all game and trying to stay in it. You know what I mean?
And the free throw line can be your best friend, and he did a good job doing that. And the next thing you know, you get a couple rhythm jump shots and they go in.
You like that aggressiveness from Jeremy, in terms of mixing up with guys, chippy play.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see all of it. I thought it was a bump with the basketball throw and some.
Sochan got under his skin. This happens to Sochan all the time. They try to put a little extra oomph on him because he is so strong and because he is so annoying, and they wanna try to push him around, but they can't because he's too much.
Stuff that was really nothing. I thought they could have called a double tech and move on. I didn't think they needed to be ejected. But
ejected is a bit much. It was a bit much.
Maybe they wanted to de-escalate the situation, but I was happy with the fight, the competitiveness, and the fight mentality. Excuse me, but the competitive.
He full of it.
The competitiveness and maybe they wanted to de-escalate the situation, but I was happy with the fight. Be ejected, but maybe they wanted to de-escalate the situation, but I was happy with the fight, the competitiveness, and but
one more time.
Maybe they wanted to de-escalate the situation, but I was happy with the fight.
Yeah, we know what you meant. Just a skip.
Wesley was really good.
There we go.
And that's how we have to play. That's part of our identity.
I was happy with the
we
fight.
Want to grow, but with this group that we have currently right now, we have to play like that.
Does that say about Blake that, despite sitting so many games, he's always upbeat on the bench, and then he comes in late.
So nice that you actually play Blake Wesley, but I guess you had to. I guess you didn't have to play him that many minutes. 22 minutes is quite a bit.
He's in here and he's
That's
trying
good.
his best to contribute.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it a lot since early on in the season. We understand the frustration. Everybody wants to play. We want to play everybody. but you kind of have to work while you wait, and he's done that, and he's been chomping at
Work
the bit.
while you wait.
And it's been fun to see him have an opportunity to get out there and mix it up and show all the work he's been putting in.
It's actually made me quite sad how many people have turned their backs on Wesley, right? Like I've advocated for I've had the position this entire season that he should play more, right? Like it's not like he wasn't playing when he was with Popovich, when Popovich was coaching. Like I think that we can manage to use him in some capacity, especially when we've struggled defensively at times. You can throw him in there, a little jolt of energy, or when our guys just weren't playing to their level that they should be playing to. You can sit him down, put in Blake. Like I just thought that he should be getting more consistent minutes, but we haven't done it. And when I brought that up on Twitter, there were so many people saying he doesn't deserve minutes, he's trash. Malachi doesn't deserve minutes, he's trash. Like it was crazy. I don't believe that. I don't believe for a second that Blake Wesley is a bad basketball player. Does he need some work? Yeah. Is he going to be the future point guard? Of course not. Like I think we've gotten our answer there, right? We didn't need that much of basketball to tell, yeah, he's probably not going to be that. But man, he is definitely a spark plug. He definitely has good defensive abilities. He's very athletic. He's very fast. I don't get it. I don't get why he was getting so much hate.
Big picture with Steph, in what ways have you seen Chris and Harrison impacted given their veteran presence?
Yeah, they're the by example, by vocal leadership in every way. They're first ones in.
Well, Frosty says, Clan, I think Pop gets the best for Malachi and Blake, Mitch, Matt. Well, here's the thing. For this entire season, what I've thought of Mitch Johnson is that his rotations has been as if we're a playoff team, right? Like when you're a playoff team and you're going into the playoffs, you have your subset of guys, and then there's a few people that come off the bench. Usually teams can't play everybody on their roster, right? But I thought that it was actually going to hurt us, which it did, actually hurt us not playing more players, right? You're gonna put too much on Wemby. You're gonna put too much on the older veterans. You're gonna put too much on everybody. Like you need to spread it out a little bit. And when you're actually in the playoffs, maybe you can hone in on your guys a little bit more. But that was not the case. That just was not the case. And I think a lot of young coaches end up doing that anyways, where they get so comfortable with a subset of guys and they don't want to experiment outside of that. That's what I think happened. I could be wrong, but
the way they take care of their bodies, recovery, activation, things
Luka
they see.
foul bait, that's nothing
You see
new.
the same pattern over and over again, how you can take advantage of that, what to anticipate in the next play, matchups, time, score, circumstance, go on and on. Those guys are a wealth of wisdom, and they share it, and it's invaluable to all of us, but especially a player in a situation like Steph.
LeBron out, Luka did his thing, but how much of a problem was Austin Reeves for you?
Clan, I agree with you. I want to see more Malachi, Wesley, and Mamu. Yeah. And it's not a matter of saying, oh, these guys are going to save us, or these games that we lost we would have won. Not necessarily, maybe. But I just think that it gave us a better shot, just so at the very least guys can take a little bit more rest. We were putting way too much on our starters, and our starting lineup has not been good for a minute. Ever since Fox got here, I think starting him with Chris Paul doesn't make a lot of sense at all. But yeah. Threw Malachi to the G League. It's okay. He's getting reps. We'll see what happens with Malachi. If it came down, I probably shouldn't say this, but screw it. I'll just say it. I'll be honest with you guys. If it came down to keeping either Malachi or Blake, I'm probably keeping Blake, only because the Spurs' identity at this point is defense, and I can very well see him, fitting into that. I think Malachi is very important as well, like as far as 3-point shooting, but he is so what's the word? Like I feel like Malachi is very circumstantial, right? Like the circumstances have to line up for you to put him out there. Like maybe you have a couple point guards that can't run, and you have him, running the offense a little bit because he's capable of doing that. He's really good on the pick and roll. Or maybe you're really struggling from three and you put him out there just to give us a few threes here and there and then sit him down. Like that's why I feel like Malachi. Blake, I really do believe you could use him every game. right? Just how his game is and how well he plays defensively. Like, I feel like he can help. He can't hold it by himself, but he can help hold the fort when you get a lead, right? When you get a decent lead, you can throw him in there, and it's going to be relentless. Like, the opposing team's not going to be able to breathe. Yeah, you'll be able to breathe a little bit because Wemby's out, but you're not going to be able to breathe as in, okay, now the defense got so much weaker. Maybe a tier down, but not several tiers down when you if it was Malachi and not Blake. You know what I mean? Blake 100%. Malachi just looks for his shot and doesn't help with much else. Yeah, well, Malachi really tries. He really does try. Malachi's mid-range game is what we're missing now. That is true too. Malachi does have he does have a good mid-range game. He's a good shooter. But if I had to choose, I would choose Blake.
A huge night as the number.
Yeah, he's been playing well. I mean, it's nothing too surprising. I thought we got lost a few times.
I wouldn't keep either. We have 2 first-round picks this coming draft. We need the cap space. I mean, that's a fine opinion as well, you know. I mean, I don't think that you're not gonna be in financial trouble taking those 2 though. You would still be fine. But I'll try to keep Blake.
Times on some off-ball action, we did some point switching and stuff where, we got caught chasing our tail a little bit, weren't disciplined and weren't physical off the ball, and he made us pay a few times off that. But again, a good player that has been playing well for them. It's just frustrating at times. You want to make him work and earn everything. And I thought in the first half, especially, we got ourselves in a bad way with some of the turnovers and fouls.
Thanks, Mitch. Thanks. Good stuff. Thank you, Mitch Johnson. We need a 6'7" and 6'10" guys. We don't need a point guard. Hey, man. I brought up who could be available, and y'all didn't want to listen. I saw some of the comments. People were like, I don't want him. I think Jarris Walker would be a good addition to the team. I'm telling you, he will be a good addition. He's 6'8". I like him. I've liked him since the draft. By the way, this is going to be a little plug. All right. Here, we'll do it together. If you go to YouTube and you type in Clan the Spurs fan Jarris Walker, type that into YouTube and you'll find the video in which I talked about him right here. The 2023 draft, and you can see how I felt about him. I genuinely liked him during that draft. I really did like him. So you guys should check it out. Look at all this DeJounte Murray stuff. Anyways, go check it out. Go check out that video. Jarris Walker will be a really good addition to the team, I think. Yes, Walker would fit our team. I think so too. I like Miles Turner. I saw the segment of yours. Miles Turner, though, how much we paying here? Because that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, Jarris Walker would not cost that much. And he has really good upside. And I know that the Spurs were also interested in him at one point. No Miles. I'd rather have KD. Why can't we just have Jarris Walker? 25 mil for Miles. Hear me not. See, Naz Reid will be a good one too. I'm just saying if the Spurs don't want to dish out that amount of moolah, Jarris Walker is a phenomenal player that you can throw into the mix, right? He got pushed out of the rotation because Pacers got Obi Toppin. Jarris was hooping. He's a good player, bro. On the cheap for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I like Jarris Walker a lot. You guys let me know what you think about that. Anybody been playing Marvel Rivals? Guys, I went from Celestial 2 all the way to GM 2. It's misery. Why did Dev stop his aggressiveness? I don't know. Because he's inconsistent. I'm out clan. I'm exhausted, my bro. Hey, man. You enjoy yourself. Get some sleep. Get some rest. Lord knows I will after this. What is it, 1 a.m.? I hate these late games. Who do we play next? What day is it? Please tell me it's Wednesday, and please tell me it's like 7 o'clock. I haven't checked. Ooh, that's late. I gotta get to work. Yeah, man. I love it because I'm from Cali. Man, I feel you. Blake Wesley and Jeremy Sochan can't be our only defenders next to Vic. Well, you also have Castle. Let's get some good team defense in there. Everyone doesn't have to be a lockdown defender, you know. You just need a few anchors. Someone makes one move, and we got a guy leaving a three-point shooter wide open. It's all right, man. It's going to happen for now. That's why I said the Spurs this game, they literally just had to pick their poison. Which, you know, when you don't have backup center and you're really limited on what you can do, that's what's going to happen. I did think that Sochan had really good recovery time, though, on a lot of those. Wasn't his fault somebody was open, but he was able to react to it pretty well. At least close out. I miss Go Pop. We all do. We all do. Hey, they expect him to be back, but, you know, I wouldn't get too excited about that, guys. That's definitely a key point next season. Who will be our next coach? Yeah, I know the Spurs are probably thinking about it, and Pop is thinking about it. They just got to set us up, man. They just got to set us up nicely. Here's another thing, though. It's probably something I haven't really mentioned, but so a lot of you guys who are worried about who will be the next head coach, I will say this, right? I think whoever it end up being after Popovich, it's going to be a really good one, because similar to players, I would just like to make the assumption that coaches would just absolutely clamor at the opportunity to come to San Antonio, right? With how the organization is ran, how as far as secure jobs, it's probably the most secure you can get in the NBA as far as a head coaching gig. I just think that a lot of coaches are going to want to come and coach Wembanyama. Similar to how players are feeling, how draft picks are feeling, superstars are feeling. I think there will be the same thing with some of the top coaches that become available. I wouldn't be surprised if some coaches make themselves available to come to San Antonio. So maybe that's just wishful thinking, but I think that that's something to at least talk about and think about, you know? You know what I mean? I think that's something you gotta consider. A lot of people are just like, you know, oh yeah, let's go after this, go after that. I think that there's going to be a lot of coaches clamoring for that job. That is a spot that hasn't been open ever, basically. Like, it's never been open. Bring bring back Will Hardy. I'll root for any new coach, but we're just writing him off at this point. Theodore Duncan. We got to stop with Tim Duncan, bro. Tim Duncan would not be a good coach. Doesn't want to be a coach. He would suck. Tim Duncan would suck. That's the first thing, is you want to be a coach. A well-experienced coach will definitely help bring the team together, and I think Pop's time has come to an end. Jedi, I think you're 100% right. I know that there's a lot of hopeful thinking, but if I had to put money on it, I would say, yeah. I would agree with you. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than I agree with you. You know what I mean? I love Duncan, but he's too reserved to coach. I feel you on that. I feel like you can be a little reserved and be a head coach. I don't think Phil Jackson was the most like open coach in the world. But I just don't think Tim Duncan wants to coach. And when he did coach, I didn't think he was that great at it. Seemed like he lost interest pretty quick. He did it only for Pop. Pop deserves a better send-off. Pop will get a phenomenal send-off. However they go about it, you already know he will. How dare you take it back? And no, I thought Duncan was horrible. Duncan's one of the greatest players of all time. I say that he's top 5 all time. People don't agree with that, but as far as coach, he was horrible. The whole city of San Antonio should have a parade when Pop retires. Honestly, they probably will. I mean, they probably will. Like, I'm not even being funny. It's going to be a crazy send-off. Clan just didn't want to be blunt and say he felt forced to coach. Wait, didn't I say that? I feel like he felt forced to coach, and I thought he was bad at it. I don't think we would live to see Pop's most wins in the league broken. So to me, it's time to move on and get a coach for Wemby and Castle as future Area 51. You don't think we'll live to see Pop's? Maybe not. I don't think it'll ever be broken. I guess all records are broken at some point, but like, yeah, it will be forever. But the landscape of the NBA, coaches don't stay around long enough to break something like that. You need some type of consistency. You can't be going from team to team to get that type of record. Yeah, it won't be broken. No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm actually going to see it Thursday. Mikey 17. Yeah, I'm gonna go see it Thursday. You guys convinced me to at least check it out. What coach I see staying in the franchise 20 plus years? That's not happening ever again, y'all. Yeah. Pop comes from like the tail end of coaches that like stayed with teams forever. It does not happen anymore. They move on. They get rid of them. It doesn't take much to get rid of them either, right? Like look at Rick Carlisle. Like he was fairly successful with the Mavs. As soon as Luka came in, Luka didn't like him. Get out. You're gone, buddy. They will most likely rename the Coach of the Year award to Pop's name. Ooh, that would be nice. Pop's going to get a lot. Legendary coach. Greatest coach of all time. Like, I don't even think it's, like, close. Rest in peace, Mike Brown. Yeah, they'll cut you quick. That's a dope take. That is a dope take. The coach of the year thing, that is a dope take. You're probably right. He'll get love. He will get love. The Popovich Award. He'll get love. Greatest coach of all time. It always like trips me out when people say, "Well, is he the greatest coach of all time? Is he the greatest teacher of all time?" And I'm just like, "What's the difference? What are we talking about? What's the difference, man?" That's like 80% of the job. Like, what are we talking about? Especially since he's real old. Yeah, they need to do it now. Like, give everyone their flowers as they're old, you know? Don't wait. Just wait until, 20 years from now. Let's do it now. Yeah, Pop is both. Yeah, he is. Do they need to drop the 65 game minimum to get Big Vic his freaking Defensive Player of the Year award these next few years? Nah, don't drop it. You can keep it. I just think you need to limit the amount of games players play in general. That like if you can do that, then that will make everything so much easier. And now the threshold might be 45, right? Like maybe 50. But yeah, you need to just drop how many games they played, and that will fix so many things. I think games will be more interesting. Every game is more important now. Every time I've experienced a shorter season in the NBA, it's been better seasons. Minus the COVID thing, I guess, because that was kind of rough. That was for bad reasons. And then when it came back, it was like, should we come back? We probably should just wait. And they came back anyway. Dyson Daniels, Defensive Player of the Year, probably. He'll play 65 games a season on a regular. That's true. This isn't an injury. That's true. I just wish we would just, it's a health scare. I just wish that we would just, limit the amount of games these players play. 82 is so many games, bro. Just go down to 65, maybe 70, probably 65. I think that's a sweet spot right there. Every game would matter. Every game will be will be a tough fight. Most NBA casuals don't even watch basketball until after the All-Star weekend or after the Super Bowl. Yeah, they don't really watch it until then, or they don't, a lot of people don't watch it till the playoffs. So, I think more people will watch it if it's a shorter season. Baseball has 150 games. That's why I don't watch baseball. I don't understand baseball. I don't understand why people like baseball. It's so boring to me. Baseball is boring. It was boring when I played it. I played baseball as a kid. I didn't like it. My dad got me in it, and I was like, I don't like this. You ever seen The Losing Edge? The South Park episode, The Losing Edge? That's exactly how I felt. Season 9, episode 5. South Park, The Losing Edge. I'm sorry. I thought this was America. I'm sorry. I thought this was America. The whole premise of this episode is that they want to lose so they can stop playing baseball. They got put in the playoffs and they don't want to be there. They're in tournament, they don't want to be there. But the kicker is every team that they face also wants to lose so they don't have to play anymore. I hated baseball, bro. Baseball is boring to me. Also watching and playing. I like soccer though, and people call soccer boring in the US all the time. Soccer is genuinely really fun to play too. Baseball got 162 games. Yeah, good God. Adam Silver is already talking 10-minute quarters. So dumb. You just 10-minute quarters, man. Just limit the games. But you want more money. God, what would the ads look like? The ads are already terrible with the NBA. That All-Star Weekend was so cheap. The way that they did all those advertisements, that was so cheap. That felt so cheap and disgusting. God, it was terrible. Adam Silver is ruining the league. Maybe. All right, I'm hopping off, y'all. I will get with you later. It is late. I don't think anyone told me when the Spurs played next. We played the Knicks? All right, so we played Knicks on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. So I will get with you guys after that game. How many games we got left? We got quite a few. Yeah, I'll get with you guys after that game. That'd be cool. Any of these I'm looking forward to? Maybe the Warriors one? None of these really stand out to me that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, Celtics and Warriors. And it's just coasting at this